that Eric Dyer, that's his preferred position anyway. He's been playing in the midfield, but obviously very capable of playing there.
Lamela with a layoff for Lucas Moura. Walker-Peters. Story's challenge, but given away far too easily again. In by Walker-Peters, looking for Llorente behind from Pellegrini. The deliveries are causing chaos to the Roma defence. Absolutely,
it was so teasing. Not sure why Llorente hesitated there, Mark. I think it looked to me like he was going to go, then just stop for a quick second, and that was enough for that ball to sail. But it was a great, great invitation on that cross.
Majority of the, like all three of the corners so far, have been short. They've been working on that. Did pretty well at Roma. Joining Spurs. Lamela. Big money move 5 years ago.
Devastating injury for him. Missed season and a half, Lamela, didn't he?
Finally, delivery in. You've got Carter Vickers and Llorente. There's plenty height, especially when you get someone as good as Eriksson to deliver.
That was better for Manolas defensively, though. Towering header. Great clearance there.
Not seen too much of Maxime Goran so far. He's kind of been bypassed, number 21 for Roma, the holding midfielder. He's been outnumbered as well. Llorente, great start for him to this game. Oh, what a delivery, and it's three. It's Lucas Moura. They just cannot stop the crosses. Aurier for Moura, 3-1, and Roma at the back are a gang.
Absolutely. Again, you've mentioned the crosses coming from left, coming from right, and once again, and as you look at this situation as it is delivered, again, that's just bad defending, isn't it? Davide Santon, Patrick Schick there as well, one of the smallest players on the pitch, gets there first again, and very much like Manolas in that situation, you've got to keep your feet moving, you've got to contest every ball, and certainly in this situation, you have to say that Davide Santon is not going to want to watch this tape again.
5'8". Look at Llorente, it's like the giant alongside him, and he still scores with a header. It's poor from Amos, but he got away with it. Well, as Janusz mentioned earlier, it was either Juan Jesus or Costas Manolas alongside Fazio most of the time last season. There's a reason, and we've seen that, why they don't play together very often.
Well, there's a little bit of a rotation in terms of Serie A and Champions League. Remember, Roma in a fight with Juventus for a long, long time, and Napoli for that matter. So obviously they had to rotate a little bit. But maybe you can see how much Federico Fazio is being missed in this game. But again, no excuses. Both players guilty of ball watching in that situation. Flat-footed, not moving at all.
Amos's deflected cross. Llorente's header. First goal for Spurs in 9 minutes. Llorente's tap-in after Moura's shot saved from Lamela's cross. Second goal, 18 minutes. Aurier's cross. Third goal. Moura's header, 28 minutes. Again they go wide, no wonder. International Champions Cup is presented by Heineken. Open your world. Enjoy the sport.
Yeah, as you've mentioned, there's no protection of that back four, and it needs to be protected as well. So it's not just Gunalon, because it's easy to say that it's him, but even Brian Cristante, who needs to keep possession of the ball, maybe release that pressure just a little bit in terms of going forward. And Pastore hasn't been great either. Just wonder if Lorenzo Pellegrini, the true brain of this team for me, may have to come in the second half at some stage to settle this midfield. The bottom line is, when you look at the transfer market and Mercato in particular for Serie A, they're going to have to get a holding midfielder there, right? With Raja Nainggolan gone, I mean, a real warrior there. As the cliche goes, back to backs, a tough defender. I mean, you look at it, Daniele De Rossi at his age, the only holding player there. Strootman's going to probably play next to him. I'm assuming that Lorenzo Pellegrini is going to be next to him when it comes to real games as well. But in order to go through all these competitions, Serie A and Champions League, they're going to have to buy in that position.
No foul. We've got numbers here. Going forward, they've been fine, Roma. Started really well. It's just at the back. They need a little bit of work. Hey, it's pre-season. You make mistakes, you make them in these types of games. This is where you learn what does work, what doesn't work. Here's Under. Schick waits in the centre. For his head. Oh.
We've seen a better technique a little bit earlier, right? Of course, this one is more difficult, but you've got to try, right? Only two results, a spectacular goal or what we just saw right there. And you can see, look at this. I mean, technically, did well, but obviously that goes off of his shin. Maybe just mistimed it, just a touch.
Tomorrow, the International Champions Cup, presented by Heineken, continues on ESPN-U and ESPN Deportes. Atletico Madrid and Arsenal, 7:30 from Singapore. And tomorrow we'll have an MLS doubleheader on ESPN with Orlando City hosting NYCFC at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then it's the LA Derby, LAFC and the Galaxy at the Bank of California Stadium. You can watch both the MLS games and all the International Champions Cup games presented by Heineken on the ESPN app. If you're out and about, take us with you. Don't miss a minute of the action.
Bit of an elbow right there from Fernando Llorente. He knew Manolas was coming right there. Of course, he'll say that he tried to protect himself. Just a quick look over the shoulder. Not sure if it was Manolas walking into that. I don't think he ever had a chance.
The only concern when you've got a game like this, with the flow like this, is substitutions. When these sides met exactly 12 months ago to the day, Roma made 10 changes. Backed by Amos, away by Ori. This is Lucas Moura, scorer of the third goal. Sissoko could have been played in early, might still be. Skill by Moura, strong challenge by Pellegrini. Eriksson, great nimble feet. Spurs look good middle to front, don't they?
Yeah, just dropped the shoulder, a little touch to get himself free, but Manolas, excellent defending, getting in the way of that shot. Lucas Moura has been outstanding, right? Of course, we know he's had that at Paris Saint-Germain, very difficult. You're right, from Pellegrini, that's an outstanding tackle. But look at that technique, look at that calm and composure from Eriksson, never in a panic.
To revisit the challenge, referee Alex Mariscal. Be surprised if Eusebio Di Francesco changed shape.
Well, I mean, very clear what's happening here, Mark. I think both teams very dependent on the wide game, and so far I think Spurs have done a better job. The fullbacks are getting involved going forward much more than Roma's. Haven't seen Santon going forward, Pellegrini maybe once or twice, and I think this is where the overload comes in from Spurs.
It's yellow of the game to look at Pellegrini from Mariscal. Today's referee, whose last involvement on a match day was fourth official at Philadelphia Union's 3-1 loss to the Galaxy on Saturday. You go from fourth official there to charge in San Diego. It's home time against the Spurs. Right, the match official. Davies. Front. By Pastore. Away by Aurier. 10 to go until the half. And the feature at half-time, not so much NBA, but Cameron Carter-Vickers, the USA defender, has been playing a little bit of basketball. That's all coming up in the Ally half-time report. Spurs players playing a little bit of hoops, and a feature on Cameron Carter-Vickers as Ally half-time report in about 10 minutes. Training with the Clippers. Practice facility. Last couple of days, some of the Spurs players see who made what. By Davies. A lot of the time when he played as a centre-back for Wales, it was as part of a back three. He's pretty comfortable there, or as part of a back two with Carter-Vickers. His natural position. Left back.
That's something that Mauricio Pochettino's not afraid to do, right? Changes shape seamlessly as well. Of course, with Spurs very much capable of playing three in the back, so always an option. Still, probably we will see him on the left-hand side, either in the back four or as a wing back as well.
Belated whistle, but a correct one. We'll find out tomorrow the Serie A fixtures for the new season.
Walker Peters here certainly not playing the ball. You can see he knew he was beaten right there, trying to recover, make sure that Under doesn't make him look bad. But as you said, clear foul.
Spurs, pretty tough opening to the season. Away at Newcastle, home to Fulham, away at Manchester United. To defend this free kick, preserve their 2-goal lead. Story. Played Lucas Moura, who has pace. Nola's trying to get back. It's not easy. All right, though, the big Greek, Sissoko.
Quick transition from Spurs to Lucas Moura in open space, always dangerous.
One of the rare crosses that hasn't found a target from Spurs. Lots to be said, by the way, about Christian Eriksen, because up to the round of 16 he could have been excused a little bit more time off, but wanted to play. Just good interview with him on ESPN FC a few months ago, just saying he loves his football under Pochettino and at Spurs. Here's Lucas Moura. Already caused mayhem in this game, and Spurs get their 6th corner off Juan Jesus.
And Mike, I also think that these players know and feel the pressure. Players coming in, of course, right? Transfer market not closed. They want to leave an impression. They want to make sure that they're going to be seen in the starting 11 by the respective coaches. These are two teams that do have to be deep into too deep in every position. So I'm not surprised. Perotti, another player that is playing here, even though he was in the World Cup.
Lamela this time, aiming for Carter-Vickers. An American goal scorer a few days ago, Timothy Weah, PSG in the weekend. To be this time from Carter-Vickers. By the way, it's no surprise that Carter-Vickers, as you'll find out in the Ally halftime report, is decent at basketball. His father Howard, ex-LSU, and a Denver Nuggets first round pick in 1983. Hands up if you remember Howard Carter-Vickers. Hands up of those of a certain vintage.
I don't, but I'm not surprised that he's capable. Although I saw a video of Mo Salah trying to play basketball, and that was quite funny. Not that I expected him to be great at that.
Salah was a sub against Man City earlier, scored. Oh, he was offside, but it counted. Mane's late penalty gave Liverpool a 2-1 win over Man City. We've had 4 goals already, 5 minutes to go until the break. A chance for Roma to get their second if Under can deliver. So the ball. That's what's going on in there. Schick was well blocked. In a hurry, Spurs. Tackle had to be as well by Pastore.
That's a great job by Pastore stopping the transition. You could see how quickly Eriksson initiated that break.
Tackle by Aurier, who will start the season as Spurs right back. Trippier returns. Pressure. And below, Pochettino shouting push, push all the time. He wants them working hard, pressing.
Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely, Mark. And you could see in that sequence how small Spurs made that pitch look, right? I mean, maybe 20, 30 yards between all formations, nice and tight.
It is.
Yeah, look.
A lot of players and a lot of teams who just stand off. Roma have got it, 20 yards from goal. They'd be allowed to have the ball, but he wants Pochettino, his players, to press, because he wants them to get the ball back as quick as possible.
Well, and Mark, not only that, but you have to know how to press as well, right? I mean, it's a chain reaction. Absolutely. One goes, and then you cut out the angles and choices for the player on the ball as well. And that was a perfect situation how to do that from Spurs. And they've been consistent with that last season, well, in general, under Pochettino.
New deal for him in May. So we're a goal down against Roma in this one. Patrick Schick after just 3 minutes. And 3 unanswered goals. Spurs lead Roma by 3-1. You're watching the International Champions Cup on ESPN, presented by Heineken. Roma under pressure again. Roma's turn to do the high press.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, they have been, just not quite as good middle to front.
No, they haven't been. There's going to be adjustments in that midfield. Even if Roma played well, I suppose there's always going to be adjustments. But that's not working, at least in the possession of the ball, for sure. But I'll tell you what, enjoyable. Good tempo to this game, right? Just pre-season. A lot of key players are on the pitch. The quality is there for everyone to see.
Aurier replaces Lucas Moura as the flying right-sided player, but quite turn that into attack. Front row seats, those fans over on the far side. Heineken advertising boardings. Padres are away today. Lost 6-4 at the Mets. City Field. They normally play their baseball. Pitch is in rather better condition than the field at MetLife for Man City and Liverpool earlier. Taylor Swift for that. Switch from Eriksson. This is great from Spurs. Lucas Moura. Good stop, but Llorente was on a hat-trick. Lucas Moura looking for 2. Gets it! 4-1. Spurs rampant. Di Francesco aghast.
Yeah, Lucas Moura is making a case for himself, that is for sure. And Roma continue to have problems on that left-hand side. Of course, we've talked about the young Luca Pellegrini. It's not just on him, but Sissoko, as you see here. Mirante cuts it out well, but look at Llorente once again sniffing this out. And look at that. Speaking of composure, all the goals have been pretty composed as well. As Moura shakes off the pressure, not tempted to have a goal on the first one, and look at that, no pressure after that, and Mirante with no chance.
2 for Lucas Moura, 4 for Spurs. Someone else giving Pochettino food for thought. He only played 6 times last season for Spurs, but there's a reason they spent 25 million to get him from PSG on a 5-year deal back in January. It's tough to put him in the team. Or Eriksson or Ali or whatever. Just, it shows the options that Pochettino has.
Yeah, but it's important to make an impression on a manager like this, right? With a game like this, there's always that option that maybe if there was a doubt in Pochettino's head, maybe at games like these, we'll put that away, because certainly Lucas Moura, we've seen him. I mean, been brilliant at times for PSG, even though he didn't get plenty of chances there either.
Rare sloppy pass from Christian Eriksen, dealt with by Aurier. Every player has done their job very well in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little bit quicker.
I think I'm second guessing Pochettino here as well. I think it's a case of give us an hour, we've got plenty subs, we'll make them. But Lucas Moura has certainly given some food for thought. In behind, Lamela is chasing. Di Santon, one of the defenders, has had a torrid time in this first half. That'll do us. What a first half. Roma took the lead, looked good, and then switched off defensively. 2 for Lucas Moura and 2 for Llorente. Spurs have 4 goals. We had 5 goals in this fixture 12 months ago to the day. And he got 5, and it's only half time. Yes.
To emerge your best every day, you need to power your wellness. New Emergency Probiotics Plus. Purposeful probiotics to help boost your microbiome, plus vitamin C to support your natural immune defenses. New Emergency Probiotics Plus. Emerge and see.
Big Flavor is back. You're looking at char-broiled beef lit by fire, kissed by melty American cheese on a golden toasty bun. Mouth-watering flavor at a jaw-dropping price. Char-broiled sliders starting at $1.25. Only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Experience the versatility of utility at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Lease the 2018 RX 350 and RX 350 all-wheel drive for these terms.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
At Ally, we'll help you be smarter with your money. And if that's not enough, we'll bring in this expert saver.
That's an impulse buy. Let me put that back for you now.
Thanks for coming.
Of course. It's been years.
Is that what I think it is?
What is that you have here?
What is this?
That's a phone that I haven't had to charge for 2 days.
What is that?
Is that a keyboard? That's what's keeping our data safe.
And it's a speed key to all my apps. Watch. There it is.
It's Android?
Yeah, it's all Android.
That's a BlackBerry. I thought...
It's a BlackBerry.
Yeah, it's a BlackBerry.
I used to love my BlackBerry.
I still do.
The BlackBerry Key 2, an icon reborn.
If you keep on eating, we'll keep it coming. All you can eat riblets and tenders at Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
To emerge your best every day, you need to power your wellness. New Emergency Probiotics Plus. Purposeful probiotics to help boost your microbiome, plus vitamin C to support your natural immune defenses. New Emergency Probiotics Plus. Emerge and see.
The International Champions Cup on ESPN. The new football season begins here. This Saturday, Manchester United, Liverpool, and then Barcelona, Tottenham on ESPN. Here, this Saturday, Manchester United, Liverpool, and then Barcelona, Tottenham on ESPN. Here, this Saturday, Manchester United, Liverpool, and then Barcelona, Tottenham on ESPN. Here, this Saturday, Manchester United, Liverpool, and then Barcelona, Tottenham on ESPN.
No clock in baseball, they say, but time is ticking away. A sense of urgency in the air whenever these teams meet. Amplified, intensified, the rivalry and the pennant race heating up together. Can you feel it? Cubs Cardinals, Sunday at 8 on ESPN.
second half. Yesterday in Los Angeles, Tottenham had some fun with the LA Clippers, and Cameron Carter-Vickers won a game of knockouts. Here is more on the 20-year-old young American defender.
My last name is Carter-Vickers. That's Carter-Vickers. That's my dad, Howard. He's from Louisiana. That's my mum, Geraldine. She's from Essex. I have 2 last names, 2 parents, 2 homes. Carter and Vickers, American and British, Baton Rouge and Southend-on-Sea. Both sides make me who I am. On the one side, you might have noticed his accent. On the other side, I'm able to say, I'm Cameron Carter-Vickers. I'm 20 years old and I'm a defender for the United States men's national team.
You got an H, right?
Oh.
Oh, you got O. What I got?
Nothing, I don't think.
Good shot, good shot. You done warmed up, huh?
I think I knew from quite young that he played professionally. I think he said he got to the Final Four with LSU one year. So I kind of like Googled that and was trying to see if I could find anything on YouTube of it.
I had a decent career at LSU, was all SEC, 3 years. I ended up going to Europe after 2 NBA seasons. That's where I met Cameron's mother.
As a kid, I used to go back to America maybe like once a year in the summertime.
The summertime was like vacation time for me, but he didn't want to stop. He wanted you to kick the soccer ball with him. He'll be like, Dad, you be the keeper, you be the goalkeeper, I'm a scorer. Of course, he'll score over and over because he was so close, it was like a penalty kick. He said he wanted to represent the United States because it keeps him connected to his American family, and that made me feel good that he thought of us. With me not being there as a father all the time, some kids can get resentments and have a negative feeling, but I think it's the opposite with him. He's proud to say I'm his dad, and he's proud to say he plays for the United States, that his dad's American.
And I am immensely proud of him, and I do every now and again I will say to him, oh, I'm quite proud of you, Cameron, but I also think I'm proud of him for who he is, not just the football.
By the time the next World Cup comes around, personally, I want to be in a position where I can help the national team, make that World Cup and do well in it.
Nice story. He's got a good jump shot as well, Cameron Carter-Vickers. As we now head towards Qatar 2022, it's time to tell the story of the next generation, hoping to lead the US men's national team back to the World Cup. Venture behind the scenes with family, coaches, teammates and club managers from across the world to experience 11 of these players' unique journeys in a series available exclusively on ussoccer.com. Speaking of the men's national team, a couple of big games coming up. They take on L3 and they face England at Wembley. Both games streaming live on ESPN.
This ICC Halftime Report is presented by Ally. Do it right.
At Ally, we'll help you be smarter with your money. And if that's not enough, we'll bring in this expert saver.
That's an impulse buy. Let me put that back for you now.
Big Flavor is back. You're looking at char-broiled beef lit by fire, kissed by melty American cheese on a golden toasty bun. Mouth-watering flavor at a jaw-dropping price. Char-broiled sliders starting at $1.25. Only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
It looks as though Major Taylor is making a go for it. He's working hard, coming up on third. Taylor breaks it. It's Taylor out in front, the world champion.
By 1901. because as a wing-back, you need to push your wingers on. Suso, Hakan Çalhanoğlu needs to feel the need to help out, and it'll be easier for us when on the front foot as well. We look much more dangerous and comfortable pressing high like we do now.
But boxed in a bit here, AC Milan, but played their way out of trouble. And they could be back in it again. Darmian. What's happened when you've got three centre-backs, it means your full-backs are so important that they get forward and provide the width. As a free kick, Alexis is felled. Right in front of Toledo. Former Liverpool player. Suso involved. Joined Milan from Liverpool in 2015. Suso. I think it's a little bit too far to have a puppy of Alexis Sanchez, and if Chris Small and Eric Bailly have come up, it would be better just to dink it towards that back post and let him attack it. Sanchez, because Bailly's paired up with Cutrone. Cutrone is much smaller, and there is... Well, he is going for the goal. Sanchez struck it well. Pushed away from goal by Donnarumma, which is good goalkeeping, actually. Didn't push it back into the 6-yard area. Pushed it away. Corner kick, but good, strong effort by Sanchez.
Because he didn't take any risks. That bounce can always be dangerous. He takes the safety option, pushes it out, and gathers his team to defend this corner kick coming in from Alexis Sanchez.
Moves the near post. Doesn't beat the man at the near post, which I know drives the man at home. And that's a free kick. So McTominay and Sanchez already having efforts. So United certainly look as a little bit of attacking threat about them.
Feels like we already have more efforts than we had in Santa Clara against San Jose.
There's your brother.
It's much win.
Gennaro Gattuso, what a pit bull of a player he was. 40 now. Took over last November after Montella was sacked. He had been in charge of the youth team at Milan.
He's arguing there with the assistant General Gattuso. For him, there's no friendlies, and it should be like that. When you play for clubs like Manchester United and AC Milan, you have to get that winning mentality, no matter if it's training, a friendly in America, Serie A or Premier League game. It's important.
Elaborate to Bonucci. You still think of him in that incredible wall of a defence, Barzagli and Chiellini at Juventus.
At that back four, Buffon, cannot forget him. Buffon, Barzagli, Chiellini, Bonucci. And then they had this guy called Andrea Pirlo, I think, in front of them. He was a decent player last year.
And 319 appearances for Juventus, 6 Serie A titles, and of course a couple of Champions League runners-up medals.
I was actually in Turin and watched his comeback as well for AC Milan, and he scored on that as well. He got booed, and a few minutes after, he just scored from the corner kick.
Off the back. 23 appearances for Scott last season in his breakthrough campaign. I wonder if any of the young lads involved on this tour will have a breakthrough campaign. Fascinating to see. Not long to find out. The season will be upon us before you know it. Just more than a couple of weeks. That's all. What is it? Pereira. Interesting to see that on this tour he's very much been playing much deeper than you remember him from his spells at United before he went out on loan. A lot deeper, the guy who gets the ball from the back four and tries to thread one through. That's a different role for him. I used to think of him more as a kind of a number 10, a bit more of a number 10 really attacking midfielder.
Of course, in his younger days, that number 10 role suited him more. But I think if you're going to become a first-team player for him with this experience here at Valencia, you play him on the left or you play him in that 6th role where his first touch is really good. And I like him because he always tries to play the ball forward. He tries to break that midfield line with his passing.
Elaborate. Showing up well in the early stages. Frank Kessie. Well, he can hit them, but he sliced across that one. Kessie, 5 goals he got last season, the Ivory Coast international, but not one of his better efforts.
I had an easy option as well instead of that shot, just putting it out to Suso that was completely free and the continuous run into the box.
Frank Kessie is actually still on loan at Atalanta. been a fascinating pre-season for AC Milan. Nothing to do with what's happened on the pitch. It's about what's happened off the pitch. You remember they were banned from European.
Oh, great ball.
Oh, he's clean through. Flagger stayed down. 1-0. Alexis Sanchez. It was inevitable. As soon as he went through the middle, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, you know he was going to find the corner. And United lead here in Los Angeles. Manchester United 1, AC Milan 0.
Stuart, we have to look at that vision and look at that pass from Juan Mata that plays Alexis Sanchez clean through. Many people won't see that. They would have taken that ball down, but he just continues with his left foot, one touch, clean through. Look at that, and he's onside as well. Wonderful piece of skill as well. Sends Donnarumma the wrong way. 1-0. McTominay wins the flick, and look at that pass again.
It's a wonderful volleyed pass by Juan Mata. He had a quick look at the linesman. The flag stayed down. Sanchez was through, and you just knew he was going to find the net.
So important as well from Scott McTominay, winning the header on, making it easier for Juan Mata to play with one touch onto Alexis Sanchez. Important that Alexis Sanchez scored these goals. We're talking about taking the burden of Lukaku, and he's one of them players.
Yeah, it was a lovely finish. Up against a big man in Gigi Donnarumma. Sanchez finds the net. Now Calabria, well forward for AC Milan. Damian. Well, they are appealing furiously for a free kick. Nothing doing. Alexis off the market. There's the proof, if you like, that it was onside.
Musacchio played him onside. He didn't follow Bonucci stepping up. And Juan Mata, if he doesn't do that on one touch, Alexis Sanchez is offside. That's what I mean with that vision. It looks much easier than it actually does to create something like that.
Good to see him in the groove after a slightly delayed start to this tour. So that's bright, isn't it? United more attacking play, you'd say, in the opening 14 minutes of this game than we saw in San Jose. Look a real threat. Calabria on across to Zapata. Calabria. Locatelli. Forward by Bonucci. It could be a useful ball. Tony's through here. 1-1. Well, it was a terrific through ball, you have to say. A fantastic through ball. It opened up the Manchester United defence.
Just looking down at the benches as well, and our manager Jose Mourinho is not happy with that piece of defending. But Stuart, I have to say, I have to agree with you as well. Yes, he was bad defending. People were in the line, didn't follow Cutrone's run. But what a ball from Bonucci, and I spoke about Cutrone, a light version of Filippo Inzaghi as well. They're always playing on the shoulder, and he's so dangerous as well. In that, is it Suso? Suso with that run for his right, sorry, not Cutrone.
Well, Cutrone made the run, but it was Suso's effort in the end. I mean, there were two of them in a good position there. And Suso, formerly of Liverpool, finding the net with a fine finish. So 2 goals in the opening 15 minutes. Sanchez and Suso. Good finish. Didn't have a great deal of time to think about it.
That was a great ball as well, but Axel was just a little bit on his heels there as well. Didn't follow the run in from Suso when he came in from his right position.
1-1. Sanchez looking lively. Non-stop energy. Decision goes the way of Milan. Suso got 8 goals last season for Milan. Alexis doesn't do friendlies either. Calabria. Çalhanoğlu. Elegant player, Çalhanoğlu.
can also see why the manager wasn't happy with that piece of defending. But when Bonucci doesn't have the ball and you don't have a pressure on him, then you need to take everything in your own hands. And when you look at the runners, you need to follow them. You cannot be on your heels in that type of positions.
Milan, who finished 6th in Serie A last season, but 31 points behind the champions Juventus and 8 off a Champions League place. Çalhanoğlu just to come in on that right foot. And Bartek. Patient build-up from the Rossoneri. But that's not the best of classes in the end. And out for the goal kick. It's fair to say that United fans massively outnumbering the Milan fans here.
Everywhere Manchester United go around the world, we always outnumber other people's support. That's what makes us so big globally as well. But of course, they want to see more, and everybody here is thinking about the season ahead as well, because we have to challenge Manchester City, and now we have definitely another challenger as well in Liverpool, and the way they've strengthened their squad.
Lee Grant, who's done very well on this tour for United, made some really important saves in the first 2 friendly games. Referee on the spot. Free kick. A wonderful assist from that. It really was fantastic. Thomas. Well. Never play it across your box like that. Maybe he wouldn't do it in a Serie A game, but he's done it in this pre-season match.
They have done it loads of times under Gennaro Gattuso because they're braver than they used to be. That is a dangerous tackle from Kessie. I thought so.
Dangerous on the counter-attack, I have to say. That's a loose possession. Threat. Darman. Eric Bailey. Back to Lee Grant, formerly of Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, Burnley. Now with Manchester United. Andreas Pereira. Tuanzebe. Playing on the left of the back 3. What a turn. Electrifying stuff from Sanchez. Tomine had to hold on to that, Donnarumma, because Sanchez was coming in.
Great piece of skill there from Alexis Sanchez. That turn when he drops into that pocket as well. Tuanzebe's pass in there, but look at that. Beautiful. And that's what we need to do to break AC Milan down, because in their 4-3-3 formation offensively, they go down to a 4-5 when they defend. And they're so hard to break down, and they never let you in behind the midfield. So Alexis Sanchez doing that piece of skill shows you how important it is to actually to get that attack further on.
Referee off the spot. Centre of gravity with Sanchez. So difficult to mark. Really was. Anytime United. Pereira. By to Darmi. Pereira. Darmian's continued his run. Gets it across towards Sanchez.
But only one red shirt in the box. It was only Alexis Sanchez in there. And the ball came to Darmian.
Sure. Here's Sanchez. They put it behind Abate for the corner kick. Much more. Donnarumma was confident Andy Pereira's shot was going wide.
But if he just pulled his head up a little bit, Chris Smalling under the header made great runs to that back post.
mentioning earlier, before being rudely interrupted by United scoring, AC Milan were banned from European competition for a year after financial fair play regulations. But that's been overturned by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. They've now got new owners, a new chairman, and today a new sporting director in Leonardo, who's a legend at Milan. And suddenly things look a lot brighter for the Rossoneri.
We'll wait and see as well, because they had problems with the former owners, Chinese owners, and Serie A Italy needs Milan to wake up the sleeping giants so they can actually properly challenge for the Champions League spots and challenge Juventus. And Calabria gets a corner out of that.
Calabria against Darmian, and it is a corner. United, interestingly, leaving 2 up, which means Milan have to leave 3 defenders back. Takes it. Headed opportunity, actually. And Luke Shaw just whacks it out for the throw. Dangerous corner. Gattuso, who played 468 times for Milan. 10 trophies in a glittering career. A couple of Champions Leagues. Well, Kessie. Cross. All the way across. Nogli joined from Leverkusen last summer. Now Sanchez. Great energy. Mata is up with him. Sanchez plays it in for a real chance. A double chance. Oh, Herrera really might have done better. 2 opportunities made by the effort and energy of Sanchez.
It was a great counter-attack. Lucio starts it off. Alexis Sanchez picks his ball up. Everybody thinks he's going to find Juan Mata. Waits in that run of Ander Herrera. That's more like United. More red jerseys getting forward as well, and we picking the right ball as well when it comes to the areas. Unlucky from Herrera.
Really excellent sweeping move from Manchester United. And they've got a corner that Juan Mata is going to take. Donnarumma, the favourite, elects to punch Herrera. Mata asks for the free kick, gets the free kick. Another opportunity to get a dangerous ball in. This is so much better today from Manchester United. Mata spots the keeper off his line.
I thought it was it.
Donnarumma makes a real good save. He was unhappy that the referee allowed Mata to take the free kick quickly, and he did very well actually to backpedal and claw it behind for a corner kick. And Mata will take the corner. Quick thinking from the Spaniard. Herrera. Deep. Up went McTominay. Donnarumma collects.
Seeing Juan Matas as well. Quick thinking. I was too fast there as well, because I said a couple of minutes ago as well, it's hard to get that ball over Donnarumma as well with his height and them long arms of his as well. Does well to scramble back and get that out of a corner, Stuart.
Here's Çalhanoğlu to midfield and Locatelli. Abate. Oh, 1-1, but United will feel they should be ahead. Calabria. Also makes the run. Kessie drives forward from midfield, and he's appealing for handball there. The corner is given. Nobody else, in fairness, was appealing for it. Eric Bailly just coolly walks away from the scene. It's going to be Çalhanoğlu to take.
It's so similar when you sit here. When it was Bertolacci that made that run, but Suso, Cutrone and him remind, because they're taking them runs that look similar from our position as well. So sometimes it's hard to spot them unless you see that number on the jerseys.
Çalhanoğlu will take this. Nucci being marked by Smalling. There's some push and shoving going on in there. Çalhanoğlu gets it back. Oh, wicked ball in. That header's blocked. Oh, appealing all manner of things, AC Milan. They think there was a foul in there somewhere. Wicked ball in from Çalhanoğlu, I have to say.
Spoke about it. Set piece is a specialty as well, and he whips them in. It doesn't just lift them. Musaku is so close on this corner to get up. Eric Bailly does well in the end. Should be a little bit lucky with that high kick as well.
Just over the head of Bailly, then it hit his back. That was quite a high boot. Certainly Mazakia felt it. Free kick. Really good game. This half an hour has flown by. 1-1. Could be about 2-2, 3-3.
By far the most interesting game so far. It doesn't say a lot, but it's interesting.
Free kick. Çalhanoğlu. Calabria. That's a great ball in as well. The crossing has been excellent. Not away yet either. So a good save at the near post from Grant. Got it away from danger. Patelli. So lovely through. Calabria. Çalhanoğlu.
Locatelli misplaces the last ball, overhits it. We have the water break now, Stuart.
Yeah, I mean, we needed a water break in San Jose. I'm not totally convinced they need a water break here today.
I don't know. Suso does really well there. That front trio are mobile. They're moving a lot, and even if they're cutting always in on their foot, Suso shows that they can actually go to his right and get their shot. But Lee Grant stands firm and gets that block on.
So 1-1 it is. Alexis Sanchez for United. Suso equalising for AC Milan. Both goals in the opening 15 minutes, but chances galore as both sets of players take on water. A chat with coaches as well.
Attacking wise, we've been much better than previous games as well, but I think what the manager is gonna be angry with, and he speaks to Axel Tuanzebe now as well. When there's no pressure on the ball, you have to drop. That's what you learn in the early time, but he was on his heels, didn't see the run of Suso coming in behind him, and the manager has been talking actually to Tuanzebe for a little bit of a while now.
Wow, Juan Mata with a great assist for Alexis Sanchez to give United the lead. Such a creative force for the Reds. In the StubHub Centre, which is about 10 miles to the south of downtown LA. Which doesn't sound very much, but it takes forever to get here. The traffic, unbelievable in LA. So you do feel quite a way out of LA. It's in the suburb of Carson, not far from Compton.
I'm not complaining, I'm just looking at the wonderful assist from Juan Mata to Alexis Sanchez. We're talking about it, what they were training for. If you're going to go long, you're going to find Scott McTominay with his height to knock them down, but also you need the vision of Juan Mata. Perfect goal.
It was a wonderful finish from the Chilean. This is the equaliser. They'll be disappointed they got through over the top. Two of them got through over the top, Crotone and Suso, and it was Suso who fired home.
What a wonderful ball as well from Leonardo Bonucci. But you see that when you don't have pressure, he can find these balls on any type of level. If you don't have pressure on the man with the ball, you need to drop. You need to be awake what is going to happen behind you. And on this level, when you play against better teams, better players, you get punished more often.
So we're back in action at 1-1. Also in pre-season in this competition, Milan will play Spurs in Minneapolis, and then they'll play Barcelona up in Santa Clara, where United were the other day. So a couple of interesting games there. Spurs and Barcelona coming up for AC Milan. Bailly with a strong challenge. Too strong, according to Mr. Toledo, and Çalhanoğlu certainly felt it.
I was just about to say that Mr. Toledo has let the play go here. He's not been phased. He's just standing in the center circle making the decisions. But he made this one and gave Hakan Çalhanoğlu the free kick.
Abate. Vitelli's gone over the top.
Better defending there from Axel Tuanzebe, as we were talking about.
Well, that's a super crossing again. Well defended. Long way out. The shot from Calabria. Worth a go. Could have been awkward for Lee Grant.
That was safety first from Calabria there when the ball gets knocked out in from Eric Bailly. Instead of laces, he just goes through the emotions inside of his foot and safe hands there from Grant.
Well, Calabria, 52 appearances, 1 goal in his Milan career. Maybe that showed you why. So, looking for Kuttoni. Tomine did well. Shaw. Tunze. Axel had 8 appearances for United, but several of those in defensive midfield. Good header away by Mozaki. It's a throw for United inside the final 10 minutes of an entertaining first half here in the International Champions Cup.
You can also see the Calabria struggles a little bit when he plays left back because he's always on the right side, so a little bit of positioning wise, and always has to cut in on his right foot like Ashley Young when he plays left back for us as well, so it takes a little bit more time for him to settle there.
Free kick United, another dangerous position. Again, Smalling, Tuanzebe, Tomine, trundle forward. Donnarumma is not going to be fooled this time by a quickly taken one. And Sanchez.
It's harder as well because it's Sanchez's right foot.
Exactly. Sanchez to take. Only finds red shirt here, Alexis. Smalling makes the run, it's over his head. But there's a real stramash of bodies there, and Tuanzebe's been penalised.
And Bertolacci gets the free kick.
This International Champions Cup, 6th staging of the International Champions Cup. 18 teams taking part this year, 27 games. Matches played in 8 countries, 22 venues. Goodness me, it really is an International Champions Cup. All you need to know from United point of view is they're playing 3 games. 3 points for a win, 2 points if you win on penalties, a point if you lose on penalties. Let's hope we don't come to that, but at the moment we are at 1-1. But midfield, return. Calabria. Trone relies on service.
He does, like Filippo Inzaghi used to do, but also there, Axel Tuanzebe, after he spoke to the manager as well, he's more away, he's not on his heels. Every time he sees a pass coming over him, he goes down, he takes that ground deeper as well, so he can defend much better, more alert.
Lovely ball back to Herrera, who makes a fine run, and what a shame there was nobody there in red. Luke Shaw's made up the ground. Shaw to Sanchez, Tomine. Shaw, that's her great feet.
He had a great chance there to let that shot fly with his right foot as well. I think he regrets it as well when the ball gets to him here as well. Takes a great first touch onto his right foot. The curl is on there.
Bertolacci. Smalling will just fall back to Lee Grant. United won the International Champions Cup in 2014 when they beat Liverpool in Miami. That was in the days when there was a final. Here's Shaw. Looking for Mata on the edge of the area, couldn't quite find him. Throw. These days, no final, of course, just done on a point system, but that was quite an amazing experience, seeing United against Liverpool in Miami in a final of a competition. That was in Louis van Gaal's first summer, if you like, as the United manager. Lifted a bit of silverware against the old enemy, and United playing the old enemy again in a few days in Ann Arbor against in front of a massive crowd in the big house. McTominay. Herrera.
It's very important as well there that we switch to play much earlier so we can actually stretch their midfield five, because both Sousa and Çalhanoğlu drop into the midfield. Locatelli takes care of that space in front of his centre backs as well, so it's very hard for us. Then the tempo needs to be up, so inside, back, and then we can switch play as well to give Darmian and Luke Shaw opportunities to pass the ball into the box.
Got back well. Herrera, great skill. Oh, we almost find Mata. Collects it. A lot of energy about this first half performance from United. Bonucci, 31 now. Free kick there, and Bahi transgresses. Can't really argue with that one. Loop taken down. There in white, he's got time here. Bahi coolly clears. Quiet for AC Milan on the transfer front. Pepe Reina, the former Liverpool veteran goalkeeper, he's joined Napoli. Ivan Strinic, who was obviously part of the Croatian World Cup team, not available just yet. But I wonder if there'll be more business done with these new owners. Interesting to see. Lucas Biglia, who obviously with Argentina in the World Cup, not here either. Darmian closed down very quickly there by Calabria, but did well. And he's gone for the return here, the Italian. Darmian, it's a shame, because Alexis Sanchez was steaming into the area. A better ball he could have been in.
He'd done everything right till he came into that final third to hit that final pass. He just needs to guide the ball into the space, because Alexis Sanchez made a great run. There was space in between Donnarumma and his back four as well there.
That's a shame. Donnarumma then to Calabria. Back to Donnarumma, playing out from the back here. Messi. Watched it, but Messi was nearly in again. And this time it was Sanchez who just had a better ball there. And Juan Mata would have been.
It looked offside as well, but the assistant didn't think about putting his flag up as well.
Calabria. Kelly. Frank Kessler. Kelly through the youth system to Milan. Çalhanoğlu. Fizzles out. Pereira and Dixon up the line to the United bench. Inside the final minute of this ICC game, but you'd expect there to be a couple of minutes of stoppage time over the water break. On the wrong side of the Mara Gattuso. Çalhanoğlu can hit them. He can do much better than that. 8 goals he got last season, his first for the club, but sliced across it.
3 minutes.
Milan finishing the half strong with Kessie. Free kick. Now, I wonder if Çalhanoğlu could be the man here. Set piece. Suso can take them as well. A few options. Çalhanoğlu looks the favourite to take it. Suso is there. But Ugarte is pretty optimistically standing there.
Just looking as well at the centre half. It's on Bonucci. Musacchio, they moved up, shouting something like they're going to take the run towards the back post as well. Musacchio is on his way, but Sousa should take this with his left as well. End of first half.
Suso goes for goal. I mean, it's got to be so good to score from that distance out. It might have been better served just trying to find one of his centre backs.
It's optimistic, but why not as well?
Suso has got the goal, which means it's 1-1 here at half-time. Jose already making his way down the touchline. It's a long way to go down the tunnel. It's right behind the goal that AC Milan are defending in this first half. Drops. But I think we were hoping for more creativity, more goal-scoring opportunities, more entertainment, and we've seen that.
Oh, we have. I'm also looking at a build-up play. I think we need to be a little bit more braver. It's a friendly game. The league round actually can give that ball out to Eric Bailly, and we can start to build that up, because when Pereira drops in and that ball gets played longer, he has such a distance to cover actually to be part of the playing the next phase. So a little bit more braver when we got the ball from the back.
Too much there from Luke Shaw. In the third and final minute, stoppage time the first half here in Los Angeles in this ICC opener for Manchester United. Bonucci. Çalhanoğlu's gone for the return. Calabria. Well, that could go anywhere useful. Kessie. Corner. Good block, actually.
Good block and good piece of attacking play there from AC Milan. Building the attack from the back. Calabria cuts in on his right foot and Suso gets it out to Kessie.
No time to take the corner. Referee brings a close to proceedings. Really entertaining first half. Alexis Sanchez finding the net, played through by Juan Matas. Wonderful volleyed through ball. He was one-on-one with the keeper and just passed it into the corner for 1-0. But the lead didn't last that long. It was Bonucci's raking ball over the top. Suso was onto it in a flash and fired into the corner of the net. Plenty of other opportunities in a very lively and entertaining first 45 minutes here at the StubHub Centre. But at the interval, well, United and AC Milan are level at 1-1.
It's great to have you here. Come and have another run.
Thanks, James.
Have you cleaned my skates yet?
No, what best fun?
This is where we develop our future. Have you seen this? It's ace, isn't it?
What are you waiting for? Get involved.
Welcome to pitch side. Let's take a look at the lineup. 4-3-3 it looks like for Manchester United. Of course, David De Gea in goal.
Expect to win. So we have to be mentally ready, physically ready.
Really glad that Pogba's playing today.
It's a wonderful goal for Matic, and surely that wins it for Manchester United.
That is what we expect from Manchester United.
Asking the question of United, can you break us down? And they answer that question emphatically. The tip, Kahinde! Oh yes! Here's a chance, it's two!
Well, that was the best 45 minutes of football we've had so far on Tour 2018, presented by Aon. Chances at both ends. Manchester United, you could argue, perhaps had more of the chances, but AC Milan always carried a threat. And when Matteo Darmian led his side out as captain, which was a really nice touch for the Italian playing against Italian opposition, he has helped marshal the troops, and of course Alexis Sanchez has been terrific in that first half. Andres Pereira getting on board, like we said. So a lot of positives to come out so far. Robbo, you're really impressed with a number of things, but mainly the way Sanchez performed.
Yeah, no, that was far better. You know, we passed with purpose. People were making runs from deep, and you know, we're looking dangerous. Well, Sanchez was different class in that first half. He looked so sharp and bright about his game. And to be fair, the lads have interchanged with him really well, and so we've had some good moves. The only danger is that on their set plays, they've looked really dangerous.
Yeah.
But in open play, I think we've been slightly the better team.
It was Sanchez who opened the scoring. We wanted an early goal, and we got one, and it was a nice move, actually. This is exactly what you said, Robert, we should do. Lee Grant, if he has to go long, look for Scott, and then get it into Mata and Sanchez.
Yeah, it's exactly what we said before the game, that you don't want to be kicking the ball long up to Sanchez and Mata. Just drop it a little bit shorter, which we did there with Scott. He heads it on. Mata's lovely first touch, and a great run by Sanchez, and it's a great finish as well. So everything about that, it's just simple football, but really effective football. Yeah, so it was a great move.
As a defending side, what would you look at in terms of ways of preventing that?
Well, I mean, their centre-halves should have been a bit more alert of where Sanchez was going to run. So really, you want to drop off another 2 yards to actually prevent that goal.
But really good finish by Sanchez, and that's what we want from the Chilean forward. Milan, though, quickly struck back, and it looked like a very preventable goal. Robbo, again...
Definitely was. Look, we've got three centre-halves there, Mark and two. They have a little movement. I've got to say, when I first saw it, I thought Banks should have done a lot better. But when I look at that, Axel's let him run off him from his space and running behind Chris Smalling. So I've got to say that there you go, look, Axel has allowed him to run in behind Chris. Axel should have stayed with him and kept going side to make sure that he marked the run.
And he was definitely onside, Sousa, wasn't he? Because Cutrone was the player who was offside, but of course he didn't get involved, so it's a valid goal.
Yeah, it's definitely a valid goal. He was onside. Good finish by the lad, but that's another goal which we could have prevented.
had to be the former Liverpool player as well, didn't it, who equalised for AC Milan. I know, typical. Anyway, Ander Herrera has had a good game in midfield, and he almost put United ahead from good work, actually, down the United left-hand side. And eventually it was Alexis Sanchez who puts in a devilish ball through to Herrera. Really good ball that, and Herrera controls the shot but just can't quite beat Donnarumma.
It was a great move. It's just a pity about Ander's finish. You know, if he hits it in one of the corners, he's probably going to score. But he's hit it straight at the keeper. You know, the keeper stood up well, but it would have been nice to see Ander just so I hit it to the side.
Took a slight deflection as well, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's why the keeper's reacted pretty well. But you know, he's palmed it out, and unfortunately, it didn't go back to Ander. It didn't go back to Juan. But in fairness, their defenders stayed nice and alert, because when the rebound came out, Anders would have been able to get onto it, but he reacted well and he knocked it for a corner.
Juan Mata also had a cheeky effort trying to catch the Italian stopper Gianluigi Donnarumma out, but unlucky was really. This is the header first from McTominay. McTominay's head. This is Mata's free kick. That Donnarumma tips over. A couple of chances there. Donnarumma did well on both actually, but that Mata free kick in particular, clever bit of work.
Yeah, it's quick thinking, and you know, he nearly caught the goalkeeper sleeping. So it was good save in the end, but really alert thinking from Juan.
He's got that in his locker, Mata, the cleverness, the intelligence to try something like that.
He definitely does. That's why, you know, when he's playing in and around the centre forward like Alexis, who makes terrific runs, Juan always sees the run, and you know, and he's got a great touch on the ball where he can play balls through people. You know, so it's a nice little combination that we've got going up there.
Sanchez has been threatening throughout, not just the goal, but his overall play has been really impressive. The ball to Herrera we saw. I mean, he's not shy of taking a free kick from distance too. That one well palmed out. And as we're trying to build towards the season, all these signs are really encouraging.
Well, that was a good strike, good save by the goalkeeper, but then what a terrific turn that was, and just with a better ball in the final third there, that, you know, we could have scored another goal there, but what a terrific turn.
Cheeky little effort.
Sanchez trying to catch the keeper out again, but hey, it's good thinking, because the goalkeeper has took up a false position and we were alert to try and test him on both occasions.
And of course, ultimately the goal, which, yeah, it's a nice flick from Scott and a great ball by Mata, but you still need that composure to finish a one-on-one like that.
Yeah, it's a great finish. I mean, that's why he likes playing on the left, so then he can come in and he's on his right foot, you know, which is his strong foot. So, yeah, great move and a nice finish.
Good half so far then. OK, we will take a quick break and be back after these commercials.
It's even easier to get closer to United. With MUTV on your favourite devices, you have everything United right at your fingertips. Where you can watch United's unmissable tour games in the US, live or whenever suits you. Hear the latest from the boss in all of his press conferences. Get exclusive access to the players. See over 50 live academy matches. Premium documentaries and films. With a slick and easy-to-use interface that brings you the latest and very best content United has to offer.
Por eso, cuando me tocó a mí que me contactó Taylor fue increíble.
MUTV, now available on your favourite home devices.
great to have you with us tonight. Hope you're going to enjoy some good football.
Goes for goal! Now is heading into the bottom corner.
United go ahead for a third time in this extraordinary game.
And he went for it and very nearly got it.
Boonen to strike it. Oh, what a finish. Still a chance for United, but it's off the bar.
Is this the man for United? Yes, it is.
What a fantastic strike.
This could finish it.
Oh, what a lovely finish.
That'll do for a start, won't it?
Boonen on his weaker right foot.
Right at the end, the final minute.
Wonderful ball in from Harrop. Powerful header.
Mitchell goes for the spectacular!
A little bit of space. Rashford. Still Rashford! Plays in Lukaku! Instant impact! Martial!
Welcome back to the StubHub Centre in Los Angeles. Half-time in this International Champions Cup game between Manchester United and AC Milan. More of the same in the second half, please. 1-1 at half-time. There have been lots and lots of AC Milan substitutes on the pitch at half-time, but I think there's only going to be a couple made. Definitely coming on is Romagnoli, the Italian international centre-back, and the former Liverpool forward Fabio Borini was warming up for quite some time as well. So we won't see wholesale changes. Here come United as well. Looks like it's the same lineup for United. Taking through if there are any changes as Alessio Romagnoli waits to come on. So that's confirmation of the change there. Borini on for Bertolacci. Borini, who has done what I'm sure many people would want to do, and that's swap Sunderland for Milan. So Borini on, and there's Romagnoli, who is on as well in this second half. The experienced Italian international. What do you make of those changes, Bud?
Yeah, Romagnoli comes inside instead of Leonardo Bonucci. 45 minutes was enough. It's usually during the season Romagnoli and Bonucci, the